Hey guys, it's Sabrina and I'm back to talk about a second video that went viral. So I made another video and the video was that after 3 years in Texas, you become a first-time home buyer again because you're eligible for all those programs again. But here's the wonderful thing that I found out when I was helping a lot of people. A lot of states have that same exact rule, and I just don't think we're talking about it. So specifically, there's a Dallas home loan program where you can get tons of money. I think I've already talked about it in another video, like up to 60,000 in specific areas, and then if you're in a targeted occupation like, of course, healthcare, education, I believe social work, and other fields like that, you can earn more money, but you can still get up to 45,000. Well, with these programs I was reading and I had to call and verify, for a lot of them, if you have owned a home before and say you went through a divorce or you were widowed or you just didn't want to be a home owner anymore, or if you were even gone through the foreclosure process, or whatever the case was, if you went back to renting, if you lived with someone, whatever the case may have been at the time, and it's been 3 years, whenever you apply for these programs, you're a first time home buyer again. And that's even with the TDSHCA, whichever one of those, the Texas Down Payment Assistance Program. There's two, plus the Chinoa Fund. All three are exactly alike with that same restriction. As long as it's been 3 years, slate wipe clean. All right. Texas is very forgiving, and they want you guys to be homeowners. And I know there's a huge push, and it's not just because I'm a realtor. I was pushing people to become homeowners before I ever became a realtor. And it's because it's provided just really a place of peace for me and security. And also, I've used being a homeowner to become a real estate investor, and that's added to my income. And let me tell you something, residual income is income like no other. To get paid for doing nothing but owning a home, like, that's the win. Like, you buy a home, you live in it, it's your home for your family, and then whenever you're ready to move to the next step, you rent that home out and you buy your new home. That's additional income, and as long as it's considered a rental and you can show rent payments or expected income, they'll look at it as an investment property, and you can use that income to buy more home for you and your family. So I'm huge on whatever it's going to take to get more homeowners. And another thing is, there's a huge, huge culture gap in home ownership, and 99% of the one percenters own and built their wealth on real estate. That's how big real estate is on closing the wealth gap. So when it comes to home ownership, and I see that for African Americans, that home ownership has declined in the last 8 years, or I see that other races have completely surpassed African American home ownership, I'm going to make a huge effort to change that. And it's not that I don't have any other issue with any other race increasing their home ownership, as that I believe there was a point where we were tricked into Section 8 housing vouchers, because, and I say that, and if you need to use one, use one. And if you use one to become a homeowner, because you can do that too, do that. But there was a shift that happened whenever they rolled out Section 8. Other races were using it more, but for African Americans, we never got off of it. Other races used it and saved money and did whatever it took for them to get out of that program. And African Americans stayed on that program, and it became a crutch to keep us out of home ownership. And we kept renting, and we had nothing to pass on to our children, and we had nothing for other generations to come. So I'm going to push us in the exact opposite direction. Get your Section 8 housing voucher, and then use the program, the FSS program, and use it to become a homeowner, and use that to create generational wealth for your family, because we have to close that gap, and we have to close the wealth gap, and we're going to do that by closing the home ownership gap. So if you have any questions about any of the programs that I ever post, please feel free to reach out, leave a comment, send me an email. I'm going to put my beacons and my other links included below these videos. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.